Apparently there's a whole shitty genre of movies I didn't know about. Christian movies. Oh my god. People will watch these movies not because they're good, but because they're Christian. Anyway, I wanted to poke fun at a movie that literally no one has ever seen. Escape from Hell. I think maybe less than 50,000 people have seen this, and that's a generous number. The budget of this film is probably around like 600 pesos. But I actually really enjoy low budget films now, like just because they're low budget. They have this certain kind of crispiness to them that Hollywood films can't reproduce. Anyway, let's get into it. This movie stars Tony Hawk, who is a doctor, and he's deeply depressed. He becomes super interested in the fact that when people have near-death experiences, they go to heaven. It actually sounds pretty interesting until you realize it's 100% the plot of Flatliners, but let's actually start the movie now. The movie does that shit where it starts at the end or around the end, and then it shows you how you got there, or how they got there. I'm just gonna start at the actual start though. The movie starts with the birth of my favorite character, Heart Attack Man. He does what he's known for in the beginning, and then the movie finally kicks off. Heart Attack Man awakens, and he says something a little unexpected.
It's alright. It's alright.
No. No. You don't understand. No. I didn't want to come back.
Yeah, I don't think your wife and kid would want to hear that.
I wanted to keep going on.
Is this what heaven looks like? Damn, I wouldn't want to leave either. The doctors say he doesn't have long to live and he doesn't have enough time to get a new heart, and then this lady comes out and starts trying to interview him about near-death experiences.
Can I ask you a few questions?
I'm really not feeling well right now.
Mr. Garrison? I believe that your experience can help a lot of people.
This dude is like barely clinging on to his life. Just leave him alone.
Excuse me? Some kind of haircutting system. Oh, everybody needs one of those. I bought one. Oh, fool and his money.
Whew, that was the worst thing ever. You want to reshoot that? Doc Hawk sees the interviewer girl and he asks her out for dinner, and then they go. Not really sure why there needs to be a love interest in this movie, but you know they gotta shove one in somehow. And basically they just talk about death with like huge smiles on their faces.
Have you ever seen a Christian die?
She brings him to her office and then they watch interviews together. These interviews are like people who had near-death experiences and then talked about it. And the first person they show is this blind lady, and this has to be the best part of the movie easily.
Well, it was about 2 years ago, but I remember it just as if it happened yesterday. Well, I was downtown. I was crossing.
I love this old lady, man. I feel like they just picked her up off the street like 5 minutes ago before filming this.
But then I heard these people calling out to me from both sides of the street. They sounded like they were panicking. And I heard this car coming toward me, but I had no idea how to get out of the way.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, what the hell? That car didn't even try to move out of the way. That was planned. That was a targeted attack. I don't know what this blind lady did to deserve that, but god damn, it must have been something bad. And obviously, because this is a Christian movie, she claimed to go to heaven. Yeah. There's no way you're good enough for heaven if someone had to send a goddamn hitman after you. Now, this is where it gets a little weird. So the lady placed a sign on the roof that said "Ducks be not proud." Just some random shit she made up. So when people float up out of their bodies into heaven, they see the sign on their way up, and then they mutter it when they're unconscious. I guess that's cool or whatever, but like, this movie was alluding to the fact that this was real, and now this just kind of 100% proves that it's real. I know I should be suspending my disbelief for a movie like this, but come on. Like, you just... Unfortunately, Heart Attack Man dies. She shows him another interview of a lady who went to hell. Can we go there? Cause I thought this was called Escape from Hell. Not Escape from shitty dialogue and acting. Got him.
Went to the bottom of the pond, and I know that sounds crazy, but it was to some place really horrible. It was very, very dark. And these things.
I think you're forgetting to act with your eyes there.
And then I started to feel like I was burning. I said, God, please help me, please, please. And they just kept laughing at me and telling me that there's no one here that can help you now. There's no one here that can help you.
Eric gets a super fantastic idea. Just listen to it.
I've got a great idea.
What?
Well, you know how hard it is to record a near-death experience, right?
Well, yeah.
Well, maybe you've been going about it the wrong way. Instead of waiting around to record one of these uncontrollable experiences, why not induce a near-death experience and see what happens?
Well, for one thing, that would be scientifically irresponsible, not to mention unethical and illegal.
You could disprove all the superstitions about fear and death.
I don't know. People just don't volunteer to die.
I am.
What? What's your motivation for wanting to induce a near-death experience? If you're depressed, I get it if you want to die, but what is he getting out of doing this? He doesn't even care about the girl's research. Well, he clearly does, but he has no reason to. Also, he's okay with going through the pain of dying, literally, and then being revived? Huh? I don't know. Again, this is a 600 peso movie or whatever I said. It's not actually. I think the budget's actually $8.50. I saw that somewhere, so that's even less.
Besides, I have nothing to lose.
You need to see a psychiatrist.
Anyway, Eric goes to the boiler room of the hospital to kill himself. And then he calls his friend and he's casually just like, "Hey man, I'm just gonna kill myself. Can you come over and revive me real quick?" First of all, why would you ever put that up? Imagine if the guy showed up late and he died because of him. That would all be on him. This guy's a dumbass. Whoa. God, is that you?
Why are you here?
Imagine if you got to heaven and God said that. That's really sad.
I came here to find out about you. About this wonderful place.
Go back. It's not your time.
God says it's not his time, and then he gets sucked into the tunnel, and he goes to hell. I don't know why, if it's not his time, but, you know, the movie's called Escape from Hell, so we gotta put it in there somehow. This is the stupidest part right here. Eric's mom starts praying on the ground, and she doesn't even know, like, what's happening. She's just like, something is wrong, her spidey senses start tingling or something. When he arrives, he sees this weird dude who's being eaten by, like, bad CGI, and he just runs away. I get there's not much Eric could have done, but he just gives him that look. That look you give like homeless people on the subway and just casually leaves. He finds Heart Attack Man in hell, and up to this point we thought he was a good guy. So let's see what he did to deserve eternal suffering.
What would you say if God were to ask you, Tad, why should I let you into my heaven? What would you say?
I'd say I've been a good person most of my life. I go to church on Sunday. I love my wife and kids. I try to help people who are in need. I try not to hurt anybody, intentionally. That's what I tell them.
Fine, but that won't get you or anyone else into heaven. The fact of the matter is that we've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. That's why we need Jesus. He's the only perfect person. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No.
Oh my God, Bill, I just came to get lunch. Shut the hell up.
God hates legalism. Why? Because Paul said, if you can be saved by the keeping of the...
With a punishment there at the end of that one.
Wait, what? Because he didn't want to watch that annoying pastor on TV, he deserves eternal suffering? Maybe you don't remember, but God does. In 2010, you scrolled right past that post without liking for Jesus. See you in hell. The Jax Films looking dude comes back and it's revealed that he's actually a demon. They do this for a while, and then God's all like, you can go now, thank you, come again, and then he wakes up in his body. At this point, Eric is pretty much just crazy. He wakes up, runs to the nearest church, and the pastor there is like, what the hell is wrong with you? And he tells him the story, and the pastor seems just as scared. Demons start attacking the church, and then this happens.
I'm covered in the blood of the Lamb, my name is in the book of life. And I'm telling you, demon from hell, in the name of Jesus Christ, go back to where you came from.
Luckily, the preacher knew the magic words. And that's Escape from Hell. I'd give it like a 4 out of 10. The concept was alright, but the execution was ass. Also, the movie's called Escape from Hell, and it literally takes place in hell for like 10 minutes. But yeah, that concludes it. Still don't know how to end these, but if you liked it, subscribe. Because I make videos every week. Except last week because I have finals, but...